Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. It is Thursday, August 31st. And I haven't been doing lives for a while because I was in the process of making some shifts, making some adjustments. And I wanted to come on today and talk to the entrepreneurs in my audience. As some of you know, there's a group of us that are making some pretty big changes. And it is definitely a wild ride. It's a positive thing, but it's also like a lot going on. For those who are not aware, the entrepreneurial journey is something that it is impossible to describe if you're not in it in any way other than it's sort of like parenthood in that regard. But the work that you do is mostly on yourself and you keep doing the work. So right now, what I want to do is talk about a reset and my entrepreneurial why. I put a post up on Facebook and on LinkedIn last week, I believe, or the week before, in which I said, I want to see something. Please describe me in 5 words or less. The reason I did that, not because I was fishing for people saying nice things, which they did, and that was lovely, but because I genuinely had gotten stuck to the point where I wasn't posting things and I wasn't doing lives as much as I would normally do and things like that because I honestly couldn't see anymore how I was coming across in the world, how I was showing up. So, because the people in my life are people who will tell you if you ask them, I put it out there to see what it is. It's like, okay, how am I showing up in the world? What is this looking like? And, kind of looking at it, getting a sense of what people were saying. And unsurprising to everybody except me, of course, what I didn't get was, well, you're always marketing yourself. You're always pushing about your business because that's what it feels like inside, but that's not what it's actually looking like externally. So I made some shifts. I streamlined a few things. So I'll be doing lives more often. I'll be also doing some webinars and things like that, which I'll be telling you about. But I also want to come on and reaffirm my why. And this is a big thing for entrepreneurs. My why for doing the public speaking and presenting coaching that I do is because I was a technical trainer, instructional designer, and public speaker for over 20 years and worked everywhere. So I worked nationally, I worked internationally, I did you name it, every gig on the planet. Doesn't matter what it was, I probably taught it at some point. And what I learned in that was some skills that are really important for today's world, which is how to adapt to whatever's thrown at you in a live setting and how to be able to compress and expand on your subject live in the moment. So I have often told the story about going to Germany to do sales training and having to teach the content backwards and going then to the next stop, which was in Lisbon, and having 45 minutes to cover 4 hours worth of material. And the guy only gave me 25 in the end. And I had to keep adapting on the fly to it. How to do that is something I've learned how to do, and I now have a methodology and a framework for. And that's what I work with people on, as well as developing engagement, showing up as their authentic selves, using their voice, getting comfortable with all the different methods of public speaking, all of that. My why is because it took me well over a decade to learn that skill set. I don't want anyone else to have to learn it the way I did. Everyone I know who does what I do, it took us forever, and we learned it by doing live in front of audiences, trying desperately to doggy paddle and not die. And then we didn't and went off and had a panic attack and then, okay, and then did a different one. That doesn't work in today's world. You can't really survive as a professional if you are learning the craft of presenting and speaking in front of your clients or your boss or your peers. There's no slack anymore. That's gone. So, practicing and learning those skills are things that there needs to be an appropriate place for, and most places don't do that. They kind of give people this sense of, "Oh, well, you'll just figure it out." No, not quickly and not in a way that doesn't make you miserable. So, my why is I don't want people to learn the way I did. I have a methodology for people being able to get there faster. If you're an entrepreneur, have you reaffirmed your why recently? What is the reason for you showing up in the world? Why are you doing this work? And as always, I'm going to throw up a quick QR code. There we go on that side. If you want to work with someone who is a professional at getting professionals who are smart, funny. You don't have to be a comedian, okay? But somebody who you have a personality, you have a point of view, you have opinions, you have things that need to be heard in the world. You want to be able to have a webinar be engaging. You want your training to be able to have people get where they need to go. You want to be able to get on new stages. You want to be able to check your pitches. Let's hop on a discovery call and talk about it. And if you are new to the entrepreneurial journey, please understand that you will be doing this fairly often. You'll be reaffirming your why, you'll be rediscovering and reasserting yourself in the world. That's kind of how this goes. So, in the comments, please let me know, what is your take? How do you want to be seen in the world? Do you know how that shows up? And if you're an entrepreneur, what's your why? Tell me, because I'd like to have a conversation about it. I'd like to know how it is that you decided to go into this work. That's it. I will talk to everybody later. Have a great day.